Jai Hind to all of you. I am Updesh Kumar Jaiswal, working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. Today, I am going to deliver a lecture of the subject Constitution of India, Law and Engineering. The subject code is KNC 501 and the topic that I will discuss today is the Right to Information Act. In short, it is called as the RIT Act, RTI Act. Lecture outline: meaning of information, introduction to information, right to information, meaning of the public authority, Right to Information Act 2005, that is called as the RTI Act 2005, basic objectives of the Right to Information Act 2005, who can seek the information, types of information that can be demanded by RTI, how to apply for information under the RTI Act 2005, information that cannot be demanded by the RTI, time norms for disposal, request and appeals under RTI Act, and RTI success story, then references. Right to information. सूचना का अधिकार, Right to Information Act 2005. Firstly, we should know about the information. In terms of Constitution of India, Law and Engineering subject, information is any material in any form. Information may include records, documents, memos, emails, opinions, advices, press releases, orders, circulars, logbooks, contracts, reports, paper, samples, models, and data material held in any electronic form. It also includes information related to any private body, which can be accessed by the public authority under any law for the time being in force. Now, what is right to information? In short, RTI. The right to information includes an access to the information which is held by or under the control of any public authority or government authority. It includes the right to inspect the work or documents or record, taking notes or certified copies of documents, or taking certified samples of the materials and obtaining information which is also stored in some electronic form. So, what is public authority? This question is arises in our mind. So, answer will be a public authority. In Hindi, Shaski Pradhikari is any authority or body or institution that is created by the Constitution or by any law of Parliament or by any notification issued or any order made by the central government or state government. In India, the institution totally owned, controlled and financed by the central government or any state government or any non-government organization, mostly financed by the central government or any state government, also fall within the definition of public authority. Examples of public authority in India are all ministries and their departments, municipal bodies, panchayat, and so on. This also includes courts, Supreme Court, High Court, UPSC, and public sector undertakings like nationalized bank like SBI, LIC, etc. These are the different examples of the public authority which are obtained in India. Now, the main important thing is the Right to Information Act 2005. The Right to Information is an act of the Parliament of India which set out the rules and procedure regarding citizen right to information. The RTI bill was passed by Parliament of India on 15 June 2005 and came into force with effect from 12 October 2005. It is also known as RTI Act 2005. Under the provision of RTI Act, any citizen of India may request information from a public authority, a body of government or state, which is required to reply within 30 days. In case of matter involving a petitioner's life and liberty, the information has to be provided within the 48 hours. In India, daily on average over 4,800 RTI applications are filed. In the first 10 years of the commencement of this act, over 1.75 crore applications had been filed. These are the data. Although right to information is not included as a fundamental right in the Constitution of India, it is very important to note that right to information is not included as a fundamental right in the Constitution of India. But it protects the fundamental rights like freedom of expression and freedom of speech under Article 19(1)(a). RTI Act 2005 also protects right to life and right to personal liberty under Article 21. So it protects, but it not include fundamental rights in the Constitution of India. The Central Public Information Officer, in short CPIO, performs judicial function of deciding on the RTI applications or appeals. Now, what are the basic objectives of Right to Information Act 2005? Why this act was developed? The main aim of the Right to Information Act 2005 are to empower the citizens, to promote the transparency, to promote accountability in the working of the public authorities or government authority, to reduce the corruption, because everything will be transparent. Any information can be taken from the government authority, to make our democracy work for the people in the real sense. Who can seek the information? Who can obtain the information from the government agency? Section 3 of the Right to Information Act provides as under, subject to the provisions of this Act, all citizens of India shall have the right to information. Normally, an applicant is not required to submit any proof of citizenship. However, the Central Public Information Officer CPIO has any doubt about the identity of the applicant, then he/she can ask for proof of the identification of the citizen. As this act gives the right to information only to the citizen of India, so it does not make provision for giving information to corporation, associations and companies, etc., which are legal persons but not citizens. However, if an application is made by an employee or member of any corporation, association, company, NGO, etc., indicating his or her name, then information may be supplied to the employee who is a citizen of India. In this condition, information will be given, provided. In such cases, it would be noted that a citizen who has required information should give his or her address only as location or address of his her corporation. So, corporation address will be similar to the address of that people who is asking for the information. So, what information can be demanded by the RTI? Suppose I am filing a RTI, then what information I can take in from the public authority? An Indian citizen has a right to know following types of information from a public authority which is held by the public authority or which is held under its control and already exists. The right includes inspection of work, What is the work progress? Documents, records, notes, extract or certified copy of documents or records, taking certified samples. Samples are also included. Taking certified samples of material held by the public authority are held under the control of the public authority. About this thing, we can take the information. To take the information, how we can apply under this act? As I have already told, only citizens of India are eligible for making a request under the RTI Act 2005. Thus, applicant has to give his or her citizen status along with the application. The request for information has to be made in writing, clearly specifying the information asked under the RTI Act. The application should contain the contact details like postal address, PIN code, telephone number, fax number, email address for contacting back either for clarification or advice or for providing information. So, contact details are very important. How to send the application? There is no prescribed format of application for knowing the information. There is no standard format. The application can be made on plain paper. We can take the plain paper and we can write the application there. The application should, however, have the name and postal address of the applicant, and the postal address should be complete. The application should be made in English or Hindi or any local language or in the official language of the area in which the application is being made, included by the prescribed fee and specifying the particulars of the information asked or demanded. The application could be sent by post with application fee of ₹10 payable by the demand draft or banker's check or Indian postal order. Application can also be made over fax or email. However, the same shall be followed by signed hard copy of the said application to the CPIO concerned along with the appropriate fee of ₹10. Only upon receipt of appropriate fee, the application will be considered for processing. The time period of 30 days shall commence from the date of receipt of proof of proper fee. Information which are exempt from the disclosure are the information that cannot be demanded by the RTI. There are some essential and important information that cannot be disclosed to everyone. So we cannot demand those information using the RTI. So we should know what are the different information those cannot be demanded by us. Section 8 and 9 of the RTI Act 2005 has following category of information that are exempt from the disclosure are not given to the citizen of India. Information, disclosure of which would affect the sovereignty and integrity of India, the security, strategic, scientific and economic interests of the state, relation with foreign state and lead to support of an offense. These type of information cannot be disclosed. Information, the disclosure of which would cause a breach of privilege of parliament or the state of legislature. Information which has been frankly unallowed to be published by any court of law. Information including commercial confidence, trade secrets, intellectual property, etc., the disclosure of which would harm the competitive position of a third party unless the competent authority is satisfied that larger public interest warrants the disclosure of such information. Information received in confidence from foreign government, it cannot be disclosed. Information, the disclosure of which would endanger the life or physical safety of any person and harm security of a person or nation, those information cannot be disclosed and cannot be provided by the RTI. Information which would stop or interrupt the process of investigation or doubt of culprit. Cabinet papers including records of investigation of the Council of Minister, Secretary and other officers, these information cannot be disclosed. Information which relates to personal information, the disclosure of which cause unwarranted attack of the privacy of the individual. So we should not provide these information and it should be disclosed from the citizen of India and not covered under the RTI Act. National Campaign for People Right to Information. In short, it is called as the NCPRI, was established in 1996 to advocate for a legal backing to citizens' right to information. It is a network of organizations and individuals who use the right to information law to demand transparency and accountability of government, but also support the use of the RTI in various other sectors to demand the accountability. More recently, this movement has also campaigned for grievance redress bill and whistleblower protection bill. The next term is the Central Assistant Public Information Officer, in short CAPU. The RTI Act requires that the state government designate Central Assistant Public Information Officer at the sub-divisional or sub-district level. Time norms for disposal of requests and appeals. In this column, situation is written, and in the next column, time limit for disposing of application is shown. The first serial number is the supply of information in normal course. So response will be given in 30 days. Response will be obtained from the public authority within the 30 days. Supply of information if it concerns the life or liberty of a person. So response will be given in 48 hours, 2 days. Supply of information if the application is received through CAPU. CAPU you already told. What is this? 5 days shall be added to the time period indicated at serial number 1 and 2. 4th point, supply of information if application or request is received after transfer from another public authority. In normal course, it will take 30 days of the receipt of the application by the concerned public authority. In case of information concern the life or liberty of a person, within 48 hours of the receipt of the application by the concerned public authority. Supply of information if it relates to the third party and the third party has treated it as a confidential. So it should be provided after following the procedure given in section 11 of the RTI Act 11. The 6th point is supply of information where the applicant is asked to pay additional fee. The period intervening between informing the applicant about additional fee and the payment of fee by the applicant shall be excluded for calculating the period of reply. Times now for disposal of requests and appeals under the RTI Act. If a public authority fails to comply with the specified time limit, the information to the concerned applicant would have to be provided free of charge. The Central Public Information Officer is responsible for giving information to a person who seeks information under the RTI Act. If an application is not supplied information within the prescribed time of 30 days or 48 hours, as the case may be, or is not satisfied with the information furnished to him, he may prefer an appeal to the first appellate authority, who is an officer senior in the rank to the CPIO. About the appeal should be disposed of within 30 days of receipt of the appeal. In exceptional cases, the appellate authority may take 45 days for its disposal, for which reasons are recorded. So it was all about the RTI Act. Now, success story of the RTI Act. Voice raised over the issue of overcrowding of jails through RTI. Jails in Uttar Pradesh are overcrowded. Generally, jails in the state of India lodge prisoners far more in number than they can accommodate comfortability. What makes it a case of human rights violation is that more than half of the prisoners of the different jails of the state are under trials only in India. The response to an RTI query by National Working Committee member Raja John Bunch, and the response is given by the IG prisons, showed that the total number of prisoners lodged in state jails is more than the maximum population of prisoners that each of the jail can support. In March 2013, the Supreme Court issued a notice to the central and all states, giving them 5 weeks time to respond to a public interest litigation PIL Janhit Yachika, which said that 64.7% of the total prison population of the country comprises of under trials. There are about 2.41 lakh under trials in Indian prisons. So cases are only under trial. Supreme Court issued the notice to the National Crime Records Bureau NCRB and urged it to intervene or temper and direct government to frame a policy to grant bail to prisoners facing trial for offences in which punishment ranges between the 3 and 7 years. So this was the first success story. Now the second success story of RTI. Better road for Bagepalli village. Bagepalli is a small town 100 kilometers north of the Bangalore with broken stone roads. That was until one day the government official thought Bagepalli would be better off with double roads and street lights. Road works began in March 2005. Marking were done unprofessionally, not correctly, and dividers were built even before the roads were made, making traffic movement disorderly, and it causes many accidents and deaths. Thankfully for Bagepalli, in November 2005, Sakshi Trust presented an RTI workshop. That topic is a person who are the villager of Bagepalli town, Bagepalli village. A staffer, a member from NGO, had attended this workshop and he has understood what are the procedure for applying the RTI. Tawfiq then used RTI to find out the real story of Begipali roads. He said nearly rupees 1.32 crores were sanctions for the road, but no work was done. Of this 1.3.2 crore, 1 crore was shown as a spent response to the Tawfiq RTI application. Finally, Tawfiq went and faced the junior engineer with the information he had, and then junior engineer obliged and promised to fix and correct the road as soon as possible. Thanks to RTI, the road work is finally being completed correctly. Tawfiq is now a RTI trainer and conducts RTI training in Kannada and Telugu languages. So it was all about the RTI Act 2005, and success story was also included by me, and these are the different references which were used by me, different textbooks, websites and journal papers I have preferred. Thank you and Jai Hind to all of you.